to another Work Commute Let's Chat. This is episode 4, I believe. Today we're going to talk about co-op games. As you know, my name's Scott Velasquez. I'm a longtime game developer, gamer, esports fan, dad, soccer coach, and tech junkie, of course. So let's talk about co-op games. I'm a big co-op gamer. I play a lot of games in split screen. I make a lot of fuss at the office when we release a game of split screen, and I go home and play it. I play through a lot of games with my kids in split screen, so I have a lot of feelings there, and butt heads sometimes with people at work. That's how it is, though. There's a reason you don't see a whole lot of co-op games, especially split screen co-op. Split screen is it can definitely consume a lot of development time. We believe it's really important. So for me, let's talk about some split screen games. Let's start with Halo. Halo on the original Xbox was pretty groundbreaking, right? Because they supported co-op, they supported split screen. Not only was it a really good first-person shooter game on a console, that hadn't been done a whole lot. The fact that one person could buy a copy of the game, and their friends could come over, their family could come over, or even better, what I did a lot too was just pack up the Xbox and actually take it to other family members' house, and we'd plug it in, and they would check out Xbox for the first time. And of course back then they were always making fun of the Xbox controller because that original Xbox controller was not cool, but they eventually fixed that. But anyways, Halo, only one person had to own the game. Other people could log in and try it out, and it was pretty smart. It's a bit like makes me think of like shareware back in the days, and demos and trials now. It's a really smart way to get people to try out your game without investing money. Obviously you want to get paid, but some people want to try stuff out before they buy. It makes total sense to me. I wish you could do that with more things, but yeah, co-op. So Halo, you could just pop in there, pop out, keep playing. And man, we had a blast just playing that game. That game, it was really cool. They did a lot of neat things, like when players got separated, they'd teleport you back together. It was a great game that really started a lot of co-op, I think. Other ones I would say are also on the Microsoft platform was Gears of War. That was another really good game. They had some co-op mechanics that, like, say, Halo didn't. You could go down, whenever your health hit a certain point, and you'd have to get picked back up by your co-op partner. They might have a couple of co-op moments where, you need to go here, and the other person goes there. I certainly remember, I don't remember which Gears it is, but it might have been 2 or maybe 3. They would actually split you up on different paths. That was really cool, sort of like, and you would kind of like weave together and see what your partner's doing, and you meet back up, and then maybe you split up again or whatever. That was pretty neat. Really loved that. We took that idea to some different links on some other projects, and unfortunately that mission didn't quite make it, but man, I wish it would have, because it was pretty interesting. Maybe we could do something like that in the future again. Other games, Gears was good. Obviously Borderlands, I'm kind of jaded a little bit, having worked on all the Borderlands games except for pre-sequel, but I think we did a lot of things right with Borderlands. We made sure that you knew your friends were online. We made it super easy for your friends to join you, no matter where you were in the game. So you could have one friend that's fighting the last boss. You log in, and maybe you just made an account. You're level 1. You could just join right in. That's what we wanted. We wanted seamless, low friction. Just play with your friends. We did some other things too, like in the first one we had arenas. You could discover these little areas in PvP a little bit. There were some people that liked them. We got some feedback that some people didn't actually find them. That's our bad. We got some feedback that people actually wanted to matchmake into them. That would have been cool. Again, we weren't quite sure how that would take off, or if it would. We had dueling, which was a fun way to pass time. Again, thinking about co-op, and if you have one guy that's maybe turning in missions, another guy needs to go run over here and buy ammo or whatever. Well, the other two people that are just hanging out, they could totally just duel it up, have fun. So yeah, definitely Borderlands holds a special place in my heart. But again, it was just like with anything else, we built upon every other game that came before us, and just other ideas that we had where we thought we could take it to the next level. Down to vehicles. Halo did something similar, where you have a driver, you have a person in the back. Brilliant, super brilliant. Portal 2 is another one that I really like. Portal 1 was an amazing game, puzzle game, just had so much personality. And in Portal 2, they figured out a way to do that in co-op, and it was awesome, man. There's no other way to say it. I mean, it was just, you thought the puzzles were hard in Portal 1, but now you're depending on another player. But, you both work together. Ideally, you had voice, but if you didn't, they had a really neat communication tool where you could, ping each other and, sort of point at things and all that. Which sort of leads into, Battleborn. One thing again, having loved Portal 2, I knew in Battleborn, and having played games, forever online, we can't assume that everybody's going to use text chat. We can't assume everybody's going to use video chat. So I think it's really important that if you're making a co-op game and a multiplayer game, really at some point, in some types of games, give players a way to communicate that isn't text and it isn't voice chat, so that those people that just feel nervous about putting their voice out there and all that, I wish they didn't feel that way, but they do. And I can totally understand that. But give them a tool in game that they can use to communicate. So we did that in Battleborn. From what I've heard and from what I can tell, especially I've played thousands of hours of the game, it's definitely used. People are pinging enemy players that you want to take down. They're pinging a boss you want to focus. They're pinging something on the ground that you need to go pick up. It was amazing, and there's some things that we wanted to do in that we didn't do, but I think I would love to look into that for future titles for sure. Thinking about Halo, of course you have to throw in Destiny now. Bungie created Halo, they created Destiny. The one thing that's weird there, and Halo 5 just did it as well, is they omitted split screen, which I'm really shocked by, because to be honest, I didn't read a whole lot about Destiny 1. I didn't want to get spoiled by it and whatnot, but I also didn't read, like even the back of the box. So when I came home with one copy of it, me and my son sat down, we were going to play it, booted it up. I logged in, he logged in. We could not figure out how to start a split screen game. Man, it turns out Destiny doesn't support split screen. It just blew our mind. It's like these guys made Halo. Halo had split screen co-op. For whatever reasons, they made that choice, and that's just what happens as a game dev. You have to make hard choices like that sometimes, and I'm sure some of it had to do with being online. I'm sure some of it had to do with performance. But that was a real shock to me. I was really sad. I was hoping that Destiny would support split screen, but it is what it is. Let's see, Left 4 Dead 2. That's another great co-op game. You talk about having to depend on each other, stay together, not getting split away from the group, or just you would get mauled, by their AI that they wrote. It's pretty awesome. This is a VR game, but I think Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is an amazing co-op game. Definitely recommend that if you haven't played that. One person's trying to defuse a bomb, just is looking at a bomb, can rotate it around and all that, has no idea how to defuse it. And the other 1, 2, 3, as many people as you want, have the bomb manual, and they're communicating with this person with the VR on, asking them, like, what do you see? How many is there? And you're solving these puzzles under a certain time limit. It's just so much fun. Super, super neat game. Definitely add Diablo 3 to that list. I played that in both PC and PS4. Definitely a great co-op game. It was interesting to see Diablo 3 on PS4 and see how they implemented some of it, and it was neat. There was some, I felt almost like I was playing Borderlands 2 a little bit. They they saw what we did. They must have liked some of it, and hey, that's cool. our online guys and the front end people, they did a great job. I think Dark Souls is really neat too. They, most people probably never even used it, and most people probably don't really think about Dark Souls as a co-op game, but it is just sort of in a esoteric kind of way. But they built this really neat mechanic of how you ask for help and how you go help other people, and it's really neat, and it's different, which is awesome. So I definitely think about Dark Souls when I think about co-op games. Think about some older games. I would throw like Akari Warriors on there from the Nintendo. That was a lot of fun. You think about like even arcade games like Gauntlet, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Smash TV. Just a lot of really cool co-op games where, most of those just kind of like, you needed the other person there just for the firepower to help you get through. But hey, you're still playing with your friend, you're still having fun. And that's what it's all about, right? Just having fun, playing with people, and enjoying life. That's what it's all about. So yeah, let me go ahead and cut this off here. Let me know what co-op games you like and why you like them. I'm really curious. And hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. All right, see ya.